Some say Australia's schools are underfunded, unfairly funded, and that the system devalues teachers. Their solution? More money, fewer questions, and scapegoating private schools. But will this solve the problems in our education system? And what is full and fair funding anyway? Let's take a closer look. The fact is, school funding in Australia is higher than in most countries, has been growing faster than most countries, and already provides more money to more disadvantaged schools. Governments spend around 20,000 taxpayer dollars on every student every year. That's 20% higher than similar countries around the world. And over the last 10 years, the per student spend has increased by over 20% above inflation. Now the federal government has agreed to provide at least $3 billion more in funding every year. But this can't be the answer to turning around our disappointing educational results, particularly if we keep doing things based on the tried and failed model. You see, we don't fund schools in a smart way. How much schools get comes from a complex formula, but it boils down to this. Needier schools generally receive more public funds than better off schools. This funding largely goes towards reducing class sizes, hiring more teachers, and providing more support staff. We now have smaller classes than ever before and more support staff for every child than ever before. But this has not changed results in these schools. In fact, research has long shown that simply increasing inputs does not improve outcomes. The truth is, it's the quality of teaching, not just the quantity of teachers, that improves outcomes. Now, although all teachers work hard and care for their students, the rate of learning differs greatly between classes and schools. Studies show that children can learn twice as much in a year in some classes with the most highly effective teachers, and this can mean that in a standard class, students' combined earning capacity can increase by over $865,000. Disadvantage and demographics should not hold back the success of students. But to make this a reality, our education system can't simply focus on redistributing the number of teachers. It must redistribute the quality of teaching available to students. That means the very best teachers must be in the classrooms of our very neediest of students to reduce achievement gaps. To do that, we must identify, attract, and deploy the best teachers in the system to where they're needed most. And international examples show that this is possible and successful. In Dallas, Texas, here's what they did. First, they found their top teachers, those whose students learnt the most, rated them the highest, and whose classroom practice was at the best standard. Second, they picked the schools that could have been performing better than they are, those whose results were lagging compared to similar schools. Third, they matched these two together. The best teachers were eligible to work in the underperforming schools and were offered substantial financial bonuses to do so. And the experiment worked. In just 3 years, the results at the previously underperforming schools had improved so much that they were now near the district-wide average. Dallas is not alone. A similar approach was also used across 10 districts in 7 American states. The result? Significant improvements in maths and reading results over 2 years when the top 20% of teachers were recruited to the lowest performing schools. We can fix things here too. Australia has many schools that underperform and could benefit from the kind of turnaround that policies like this have been shown to deliver. And while there are many unsung heroes among the teacher workforce who turn around schools every day, we could do this more systematically. It's completely unfair to deny underperforming students the best in the business and deny the best teachers the professional credit and recognition they deserve. Identifying these teachers and paying them more as they assist the most needy is the least that can be done to recognise their impact. Our concerning academic decline is not going to be reversed by providing more money based on the same tried and failed model of school funding. Instead, there is good reason to believe that leveraging the best teachers using financial incentives represents better value for money. Far from representing a radical change, this proposal is a genuine needs-based model of funding, targeting the neediest schools using the best available resources. Without a change in how we think about spending, there is little reason to think that children will be given a full and fair chance at securing the best future possible.